Hi, my name is Dakota, and today we'll be looking at the differences and similarities between Halloween and the Day of the Dead. These two holidays often get confused. The Day of the Dead has often been referred to as Hispanic Halloween, but this is not the case. That being said, they do share a number of similarities. Today, we review the similarities between Halloween and the Day of the Dead. Then we'll look at the history and rituals of the Day of the Dead, and finally look at the history and rituals of Halloween. Firstly, it's not hard to see why the Day of the Dead is often mistaken as a Hispanic version of Halloween. They both have an emphasis of skeleton usage in their art and as the costumes. They both participate in decoration of houses and cemeteries, although the decoration of cemeteries is not as common with Halloween. They both have a culture of their participants dressing up, and finally both share a largely influenced history with the Catholic Church. But what is the Day of the Dead, and what are they celebrating? The Day of the Dead is a celebration to remember the dead on the 1st and the 2nd of November, as during this time that it is believed that the dead awaken to celebrate with their families. It is celebrated throughout Mexico and Latin America. This holiday finds its roots from pre-Columbian Mexico, where the Aztecs would honor their dead and pay homage to the queen of the underworld. I've placed her name here on the slide. It was then transformed into the modern holiday after the Catholic Church incorporated their practice with the Catholic holiday All Saints' Day, where they pay respects to the martyrs and the fallen saints of the Catholic Church. The celebration now lasts 2 days. The first day, dead children are celebrated, and on the second, everyone else is as well. Food is also prepared, but the food they prepare is food that the past deceased liked when they were alive. Common foods include candied skulls, skull-themed pastries, and lots of tamales. Houses are also decorated, but there is a heavier emphasis on the decorations of the graves of the dead. In the background, you can see an example of a grave being decorated and food being placed there that the past deceased liked. Now that we have fleshed out what the Day of the Dead is, what is Halloween? Halloween is a social holiday that is celebrated on the 31st of October. It's celebrated throughout North America and most of Europe. This holiday finds its origins in Europe from the Celtic harvest season. This was considered the new year for the Celts, where they believed that the veil between the living and the dead was at its thinnest. They would often have large bonfires and light torches to keep the spirits away at night. But it wasn't until the Catholic Church forcefully altered their practice that we see a resemblance of the modern Halloween. Halloween gets its name from Hallows Eve, which means Holy Eve. And Holy Eve was the night before All Saints' Day. Fast forward a couple thousand years, and we finally can see a recognizable Halloween. In the late 1840s, Irish immigrants, brought the tradition of dressing up to protect their identity and plaguing towns and businesses in the United States with prankery. Businesses started to appease the children with sweets and candy in exchange for their safety. This practice caught on like wildfire among other kids and eventually born the phrase and practice trick or treat. Today, Halloween is often celebrated by children going door to door asking trick or treat, where they are also appeased with candy. That is not to say that the trickery has halted. There still is a large scare culture involved with this holiday, and just like the Day of the Dead, people also decorate their houses. However, there is a larger emphasis on the decoration of houses rather than the decoration of cemeteries. That brings us to the end of the endeavor, and thank you for your time, and God bless.